Hello there. Welcome to the Living by Disney podcast. Thanks for hanging with us. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Disney's new drone show. It is super popular, how you can see the show and avoid crowds. We're going to talk about a glow party happening at Disney's water parks, adorable kid reviews of Tower of Terror, and then in our main segment, we're going to talk about what you can expect for summer of 2024. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Living by Disney podcast. Your home for all things Orlando. News, reviews, and real talk. Helping make your visit to Disney World just a little more magical. Now, here's your host, Serena Lynn.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got Louisa with me.
Hi.
And we're so glad you could be here today. We have a really packed show because there is a ton going on. In fact, I think that's going to be the case for the next couple episodes as we are getting into summer. Summer's here. Summer vacation. We just are starting June. I hope you guys are getting ready for summer too and you're excited about all the fun summer activities. If you're planning on coming to Disney World, though, we've got you covered because there's a lot. There's a lot. We're going to just dive right into it because, like I said, we've got a lot to cover, and I really want to talk about this new drone show. So if you've been anywhere on social media, if you've seen anything, you've probably seen this show and possibly my video, because I think this
a
video,
lot of people have.
Yeah. Between like all the platforms, I think it's like at 18 million.
Oh my gosh.
Views.
That's insane.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. You never know, right?
Right.
It's always the videos you're like,
Yeah, just throw it up.
whatever. Who's going to even see it?
Right.
Yeah, sure. It's fine. But yeah, so this show is called Disney Dreams That Soar, and it is a brand new show. You know, Disney had, like we've said before, they had drones back in 2016. It was just briefly for a holiday show. It was very well received, but that was it. And they went away and they never came back. And we've been seeing these shows happening on overseas parks and they're looking phenomenal. And so Disney is trying it out at Disney Springs, which is such an interesting choice. And I love that.
Yeah, free,
no park ticket required. Mm-hmm. I think that we all kind of thought, oh, this is going to be something people are going to really like. Little did we know. And little did Disney know, I think.
We should have known, because never underestimate a Disney fan.
No.
We are doing the most all the time.
all the time. And of course, having this ability to see it without a park ticket, park reservation, blackout dates.
It started Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely. On a Friday night.
Yes.
Which is already at Disney Springs, the busiest night of the week. And people came out. And they came out. And I think Disney was a little bit overwhelmed. I don't think that they were fully, they weren't. I mean, it's no think about it. There was some definite crowd control issues. So you went on your own with your family.
Yeah.
I went on it as a part of a media event. So I missed all the crowds because it was lovely. This is so nice. But I did have a lot of comments because, again, 18 million people. So I got some comments, y'all. People have some thoughts and they have some feedback for me on this. And a lot of people were saying, you're not mentioning the crowd issues that there was. And honestly, I didn't mention it because I had no footage of it, because my experience, I didn't see any of them. We were at Summer House on the Lake, which is one of the restaurants that's right there. And we walked out and we had like a little area that they had reserved for us. So it was like, I didn't really have crowd issues. But then I got home and I saw all the videos on social media. So there was some definite crowd control issues. I think most of it seemed to be after the first show before the second one.
Yeah, I also was blissfully unaware.
Yeah?
I was not at the media event, but I chose to be like my full introvert self, and I was with my little kids, and so we watched it from kind of far away, and we were pretty close to the parking garage. We were on the roof of the World of Coke. We had a great view. We could not hear the music, but that was fine, but we just left right after, and there was a little bit of traffic that I would have expected leaving the parking garage, but it really only took us 10 minutes longer to get home. So I had no idea that it was complete mayhem. It was chaos.
It was. And of course, I feel like Disney got some people out there and they started managing it. But it's never fun when you're in a crowd like that where you're just not able to move. And it happens. I've been in them at the parks before, but never at Disney Springs. But it seemed to be on that like west side area.
Yeah.
The worst. What I did happen though is after I left, they had parked us at the surface parking lot kind of behind Cirque du Soleil. Mm-hmm. And I don't normally park there. I always park in the parking decks. I don't know why. I just prefer it. So we were over there, and because we were kind of all the way in this one area of the parking lot, there's only one traffic light that you can get out of. And you know how like if you are on a parking deck and you're at the top and you have to wait for everyone to clear, you're just not going to move because everyone will let everybody else out. It's just how it works. Well, that's kind of how this was. Like I didn't move. And of course, me being the super plan ahead person that I am was on E.
Oh man.
Yeah. So my gas light came on as I was driving there, and I was like,
you're like, oh, fine. Who cares?
Yeah, I'll get it
There's
later.
gas right there.
Yeah. It was a mile away. So I was like, we'll be fine. But I did not intend to sit for an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
An hour and a half in a parked car. So I'm just watching my miles to empty go down, And so I'm texting my husband. I'm like, I don't think it's going to make it. I don't think it's going to make it. He's like, do I need to like come? Like what? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's just stand by. We'll see. And then finally, yeah, I got to 1, and then it was like 0. I was able to, I know. So I was able, there was like this one little like emergency lane. I think it's more like for the golf carts and things to use for the people that work there. But I was able to pull over because I'm like, I'm just going to make this situation 1,000 times worse because I'm now going to run out of gas, and the little bit of inching, nobody's going to be able to get around me. And already I'm just like sweating because, I was sweating because I had turned my air off because I guess I don't know if that really makes a difference in gas, but I was using everything I could because I was desperate. So a 90-minute wait in a car with no air, it was 83. It was not fun. And yeah. And so eventually my husband did have to come.
Oh my God.
By this point, the parking lot had been closed. They closed it because it had gotten so backed up. They weren't letting anybody in there. They were only trying to get people out. So I had to go to the people that work in parking and say what happened. And first they were like, you can't be here. And I was like, I ran out of gas. And they were like, oh, okay. So then they had to radio up to the people at the front of the light and like do a chain reaction relay to tell people that this woman ran out of gas and her husband's bringing her gasoline in a tank. And when you see this car, please let him in. And they had to like, so it was like this whole spectacle of me being the dumb lady who ran out of gas, and they had to, so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, but he got through. They were super great. They kept coming by and checking on me like, did he get here? Did you get in? Like, I'm like, y'all are so sweet. But he did. And I got out. It was 2 hours. So, I mean, yeah, it was insane. So I did have my own little situation or whatever. It was I've never really had anything like that happen at Disney. So definitely, I won't do that again. Let's put that away. I will get gas when your gas light comes on. Pay attention. There's the lesson. But I do know things were rough. So I wanted to kind of follow up and let you guys know what you can expect with seeing the show. First of all, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the show, because if you aren't familiar with it, I want you to understand how cool it is and why you need to go see it. So it's called Disney Dreams That Soar. This drone show is 800 drones. It is so impressive. I mean, what they can do now, I think the way I thought of drones was like slow moving, very loud, like kind of like, that you're kind of hearing, and it's like, it kind of takes away from it. These are super quiet. They're fast. They form scenes quickly. And it's just like this moving picture in the sky that's very much 3-dimensional. It's not just like a flat, right? Yeah. That was just so cool to me.
And like 3-dimensional, and some of them turning. So you could really get the sense that it felt very 3D. It was so cool.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it justice on video. You definitely need to see it in person. They did an original song that was recorded with an orchestra. It's called Disney Dreams That Soar. It's a beautiful piece of music that interweaves with Disney classics. And it's all just about flight. So all of these different characters that you think of that have flown and what flight means to them. and really cool. I mean, they really get into some interesting characters. Wally is there, which was cool. Of course, the Up House, even the Rocketeer, which was such a throwback.
Yeah, such a throwback.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. That was kind of, do you guys even know who the Rocketeer is? You have to, do let us know if you are this old to know who the Rocketeer is. But yeah, so it's 800 drones. There's 30 characters. There is a huge, I mean, the scope of these things, like some of them are 200 and 300 feet tall up in the sky. So some are larger than the Spaceship Earth ball, if you can picture that. So the scale of it is really, really impressive. It's a 9-minute show. It happens twice a night, 9 p.m. and 10:45. And it's going to happen every single night from now through September 2nd. So it's a limited time run. So it's just a summer show. Obviously, if it does well, which sure seems like it is, then, you know, I'm sure this will just be the first of many, whether it's the show or maybe other ways that they can incorporate drones into nighttime entertainment. I mean, this is definitely a really great start, but I'm sure that we're going to see more.
Yeah.
I think that it's a fantastic way to bring that entertainment. I would love to see them come up with ways to combine the drones with fireworks. And I don't know if that is possible in terms of like the way that the setup they have, you know, where we do our fireworks shows, but how cool would that be?
Yeah.
That would be so amazing. So, but I had an opportunity at the media event to talk to one of my absolute favorite people at Disney. You've gotten to meet him too, Tom Vazana. He's Disney Live Entertainment Executive Creative Director. And anything that he's in part of, I know is going to be good. He puts so much enthusiasm and heart and soul into the projects that he works on, and I had a chance to talk to him. So I want to play you that clip so you can get to hear what he thought about the show.
So how was it working with a totally new type of technology?
It was artistic collaboration to the highest degree.
Yeah.
We had to take all of our artists, writers, directors, illustrators, combined with many collaborators who are in the scientific fields to make these 800 drones seem to be animated and dimensional in the sky. So it was a one-of-a-kind experience for me, and I hope people come out and see it. It's really special. These amazing images, some of them, you know, are bigger than Spaceship Earth at Epcot.
Yeah.
And it feels so massive up there. And then you have the beautiful reflection on the lake. I don't know if you saw it this time, so you come again and look at it. And I think it's truly like watching an amazing Disney dimensional greeting card come to life.
Oh, yeah.
And then it also gets very immersive and emotional for me.
Yeah. Well, it does. And we were talking, we love the Wally scene because we just don't get enough. With
I know. It's so romantic. It's so beautiful.
It really is. I always love talking to you because you put so much passion and so much creativity in what you do. You care so much. It really comes across.
And we have an amazing team. I have to give it up. These things only happen because of teamwork. So
I believe that. You can tell a lot goes into these, and you guys always deliver.
Thank you so
excellent
much.
job. Thank you
for being here.
Don't you just love him? I love him so much. He's so much fun to talk to. I love talking with people who love what they do.
Yes.
And they're passionate about it.
Radiates it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just so fantastic. How can you see it now? First of all, you need to see this. So if you're coming or you live here locally anytime this summer, put this one on your list. It's 100% worth that little jaunt over to Disney Springs if you're not already planning to go there. It would pair great with a dinner because it's you know, after dinner. But I will say this. So crowds are already dropping. It hasn't even been out a full week yet. So I think that's a great, you know, preview. We're seeing that was truly just a first day situation. Mm-hmm. And as we've said before, first day.
You can attend the first of something or you can attend a well-oiled event, but you cannot do both.
No, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Especially when something is new. Like it's one thing to say a first day of a festival that we've had for 20 years.
Yeah.
Something that we've never had before. You don't know. I mean, nobody knows. It's not like people RSVP for these things. Like you don't know who's going to come and how many people you're going to have and what the situation's going to be. But I will say that now we're seeing crowds already drop off. So here's my recommendation for crowd levels. First of all, if you can at all do a weekday, you're already going to cut your crowds down a lot. Friday, Saturday, and potentially Sunday is always going to be much busier. Secondly, if you can see the second show versus the first, you're going to cut your crowds down tremendously. But even the first show on a weekday would be totally doable. If you have to do a weekend, try to do that 10:45 over the 9 p.m. show, because it's going to be a lot less busy. People are going to aim for that first show and they're going to clear out. So you're going to be able to get in there and get a spot very easily for the 10:45 showing. The other thing is that viewing area. So I'm going to put a graphic up so you can see on the map where they recommend seeing it. It's on Disney's west side. So that's everything from Cirque du Soleil all the way to the Big Balloon. So the other end where the big Disney store is, that is not the place to see it. You will see them in the sky, but you're going to have a sideways view. So some of the three-dimensional aspects of it aren't going to be facing you in the same way. So ideally, if you can see it over on the west side, that's the best viewpoint. The restaurants there do have viewing. It's first come, first serve, but Haleo, which has a fantastic little area there, they are offering actually a combination viewing, and so they're calling it a tasting experience.
So smart.
So smart. $79 a person, includes a specialty menu created for this event, and then a reserved viewing area for the show. So you can kind of make a night of it with that way, which is kind of nice. So if you're interested in doing that, check them out on Open Table for reservations. They'll have it listed as an experience that you can book separately there. Another option, if you really want to avoid crowds altogether, Saratoga Springs is the resort on the other side of the water. So when we show you clips of the show and you're seeing the buildings that are on the other side, that is Saratoga Springs Resort. So you could see it there. That is something you can get to by boat or bus or car, and that would be an option. The only thing is that they don't play the music specifically there in the same way that where you watched.
Yeah. And I was if you look on the map, the World of Coke is not that far from the waterfront on the west side. Like we were just in, and we could not hear the music at all. So, which was fine. But it was mostly fine because I know I'm going to see it 5 other times.
Right. Yeah.
If you're only going to see it one time, I think seeing it without the music and also seeing it if you're at Saratoga Springs, again, you're not going to get that like three-dimensionality of the choreography or whatever it's called. So it's just, but obviously if somebody in your group is like claustrophobic or has anxiety in crowds or things like that, then definitely prioritize that. But the music, when I heard it after seeing it, I was like, oh, that's really cool.
It is really good. It is really good. I talked to my friend Steven, who is Dintroverts on Instagram. I will tag him or put it on the screen or something so you guys can check him out. He is very introverted, and his whole account is about ways to experience Disney without crowds.
Maybe the most underrated Disney account that I follow.
You really should. His Instagram account is fantastic.
He gives so many good tips. And actually, my son is 8 and he really is not loving crowds and the noise of Disney lately. And I showed him Dintroverts and he was like, why are you just telling me that this exists? Like, this
Have
is
you been gatekeeping
amazing
Steven?
information.
You've been gatekeeping your friend, Mom.
Apparently, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, definitely check him out. But he's the one that he told me about Saratoga Springs, that they don't have the music, but you can kind of hear it over the water a little bit. So you get a little bit of the music, but you definitely won't have the crowds over there. Also, House of Blues has a outdoor seating bar area. And if you stop and get a drink, then you can sit there. And that will give you a nice view of it over the water without that viewing area, which could potentially be stressful. So hopefully those tips will help you. I'm telling you, this show is definitely worth seeing. Put this one on your list. The other thing in our news segment that we wanted to talk about is Typhoon Lagoon had their first after hours party, H2O Glow Nights. Disney invited us to check that out, and Louisa went with her family.
So just like the after hours in the parks, you get some treats included. So first thing that's not a treat, but I want to say as a parent, is that you get towels. And normally at Typhoon Lagoon, you have to pay for towel rental, but it's included, which just is one less thing that you have to bring. And they were like warm and so nice. So you get a towel, but you also get free and unlimited popcorn, Mickey bars, and Mickey sandwiches and drinks. And so Typhoon Lagoon is already set up that they have a bunch of the, what are they called? Like the soft drink machines all over the park anyway.
Like the fountain ones.
Yeah, fountain machines. That's it. And so it's not the bottled one. I don't need to say that, but
yeah.
So basically, they just have a stack of cups at all of those fountains.
Oh, nice. And you just help yourself.
Yeah, so it's super easy. There's not lines for those things. It's just like handing out, and my kids were in heaven.
Unlimited Mickey bars and soda.
Yeah. And so if you've never been to Typhoon Lagoon, over Blizzard Beach, my kids like that one better because of the wave pool. They have a huge tsunami wave pool that is like pretty intense and almost kind of scares me, but they love it. It will knock you on your, like, don't just like mosey into the wave pool and think you are gonna like just get gently pushed. Like, you're gonna get knocked over.
If I could film people like without permission, which I won't do, but if I did, I could make a comedy series about that wave pool.
Yes.
Because it's so entertaining. I love
it's surprising. It might be the most intense ride to see that you're not expecting at all.
I mean, I've had times where it has just drug me like 300 yards.
Yeah, for a little bit. My kids can swim great. And I was like, why don't you wear life jackets? Wouldn't that be so cool?
Yeah.
If you just could like, and they're like, Mom, please. Yeah. It was fine. The other really cool thing that my kids really loved at this event is they have this dance party with some of the characters. And so they had Chippendale, they had a DJ, and they also had Goofy and like Disney dancers that were all decked out. It was very 80s. And the people who were in the know about this event came like very 80s pretty with lots of neon, which kind of helps you with the glow. Yeah. And it was like a very fun vibe, actually. And
I'm
they
picturing
really
like teen beach movie. I don't like the Troy, what is that, like the High School Musical? Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, it was that. And it was like that party was popping all night. I feel like sometimes the Disney dance parties aren't like the main attraction, but at this one, like the kids were loving it.
I love that.
And it's so cool to be able to like go dance with Chip and Dale and Goofy. So we did that for a while, and we did some of the slides. It goes until 11 p.m. And I really didn't think my kids were going to make it, and we closed that place down.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they had some special food, and we got to see some of it beforehand and try some of it. I wouldn't say it was super kid friendly. Like there was like buffalo chicken tender waffles, and there was a pretzel with colored sprinkles or colored salt. I think it was salt. Yeah. But
the bathtub sundae looked cute.
So we got the bathtub sundae, which was a whole spectacle. There's 3 different kinds of Dole Whip, and one of them was matcha, green tea matcha Dole Whip, which I've never had, and actually we all loved. I'm usually not a fan of the not classic Dole Whips, but we all loved it. But it had Sprite and this blue syrup and popping pearls and whipped cream and cherries and these 3 different kinds of Dole Whip and a glow cube. And my kids were in heaven. They thought it was so fun.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That was a really fun treat. I think it was around $16. We'll put it, but it was
good size.
It was for the 4 of us. We could not finish it. Yeah, so it was a really good size. But it was
awesome.
really fun. Yeah,
that's really cool. It's just a fun way to add something to your summer. If you're coming to visit and you love water parks, for less than you could get a one-day water park visit, you can get that and have all of those extra things included.
Right, having all the snacks. If you're a pass holder, there's a $15 discount on the ticket.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, so they range, did I already say how much?
No, I think it's like 75.
Yeah, it's 75 to 85. It ranges depending the like hottest part of the summer. It was a little more.
For that price, it's a fun little event. If you're a big water park fan, definitely keep that in mind. It runs all the way through August 31st, so select nights, mostly Friday and Saturday nights. So check Disney's website for details. It is time now for Tiny Tourist. All right, it is time for Tiny Tourist, where kids give us their honest reviews of rides at Disney World. And today, we asked them for their honest reviews of Tower of Terror, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. And they had a lot to say.
They sure did. I was very interested to see how this one was going to go, because, I mean, we just keep upping the ante.
I know. I love them so much.
Okay, so here we go.
Hi, my name is Katie. I'm 10 years old. I think Tower of Terror is a creepy ride, but awesome. The creepy part about it was the part when you walk in and watch the video. The awesome part was when you do the big drop. My little sister's scared of big rides. She's tall enough to ride it, but she's still scared. I can't wait to ride it again. Bye. Thank you. Hi, my name is James. I am 7 years old. I like the Tower of Terror because the ghost story is fun to watch, and when you go up to the top of the Tower of Terror, you can see the whole park, and it's fun when you go down the drop, and then I am scared of when you stop immediately, and then you don't know when you're going to go back down, and back up, and bye-bye.
I love it. I totally agree. And because the ride changes, sometimes you don't know, like, are you done or are you going to drop again?
Right.
And that's very intense.
Right. So there's different sequences so that you can't predict it. And that is the first time you're going to drop it. After that, you're like, is it done? Or, here we go again.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
Yes. Same James. 100%.
Hello, my name is Caleb. I'm 8 years old. The first time I went on Tower of Terror, it was very scary, but when we got to the drop, it wasn't so bad, and it tickled my tummy.
I love that. It does tickle your tummy.
Hi, I'm Timmy. I'm 12 years old. I've been riding Tower of Terror for a couple of years now. The first time I went on, I was pretty scared, but the scariest part for me was the first waiting room when the lights went off. Now, every time we go to Disney, I beg my parents to go on.
Hi, my name is Harper, and I'm 7.5 years old, and we're going to review the Tower of Terror. Like, when the drop is when it goes down, I'm, like, really scared of it. Like, I don't want to ride it again, but my mom likes it.
I love that. She's like, it's a no for me, but my mom loves it. That's so cute. That's so cute.
My name is Heidi, and I'm 5 years old. And this is a review about Tower of Terror. So I don't like the Tower of Terror because of the drops in the TV. So on the TV, they disappeared. And I just liked it a teensy little bit, but I don't like it anymore. And I was as quiet as my mouse. My dog couldn't come because he was not a service dog. And anyway, my mom is not quiet. She was a little quiet. She was quiet. My dad was quiet as a mouse, but I was saying, I want to get off, and I never want to ride it ever again. Thank you.
She said she was quiet, but she wasn't.
I think she meant she was not screaming.
Yes.
She didn't make a noise.
Yes.
Her mom was not.
Yes,
but
her mom was
also
not quiet. And she couldn't bring her dog because it wasn't a service dog. I think that's probably for the best, though. I don't know that dogs would really like that drop.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I feel like Tower of Terror would be a lot for them.
Yeah.
But I can understand wanting to have your dog there.
Oh, totally. Yeah, 100%.
For hugs and moral support.
Hi, I'm Raylan, and I'm 6 years old. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the Tower of Terror. I like it a lot, and I read it in Disney World. I like it, but I just thought the story was a little bit creepy, but I just thought it was really, cool. So how I rate it is like 5 out of 10. I don't want to go on it again. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So many kids mention the pre-show as being just as bad as the dropping, which I think is so interesting because I think sometimes we underestimate that. But the pre-shows are the Haunted Mansion one too.
Yeah. And that's important to know for our kids who are riding it, that once you go into that room with the TV, if they can know like this is going to be a little creepy. Yeah. Before we get to the ride. Right. Because that might be a little bit of like, I don't know, catch you off guard a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Cora. I'm 8 years old. what I think of Slinky Dog, Tower of Terror, is that, like, it goes up and down, and it's sort of scary because, well, for me, it's not something I'd like to use, but, like, I would say it for over, I think about 5 or over, or the most obvious thing to do is just watch a video. The most obvious thing to do.
Yeah, honestly, we've said this before. Like this is such a testament to where these kids are. Like that's the obvious thing.
Yeah, I can't believe we're talking on the phone about this, but
you really wanted us to call you, and when you could have just watched a video. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. And also we do love though. I mean, if we watched a video, we wouldn't get your opinion on it though.
Yes.
So we wouldn't get your thoughts on it. And she feels like 5 and up would be a good
I
age.
feel like 5 that would be a lot.
That's kind of little, yeah.
I'm kind of a scaredy cat.
Hi, my name is Bryn and I'm 7. And I would like to tell you about the Tower of Terror. It's super duper fun and the drop isn't that scary. My name is Riley and I'm 9 years old. My favorite part about the Tower of Terror is all the drops. You don't know which sequence you'll get. And the story behind it's pretty cool, how they get struck by lightning. And it's cool how they make it look really scary and like old. How it looks like it's been there for like a long time. Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Callan, and I'm 8 years old. Tower of Terror isn't as scary as you think. The ghosts aren't real. The lightning is coming through a speaker. The story and fun and drops make it really fun. Fun fact, where says there's a 13-minute wait, there is no wait at all. Have fun riding, if you dare.
That is amazing. And he's right. So if the wait time says 13 minutes, it actually means it's a walk-on.
Right. I love that.
Because they love it to be creepy.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion is the same.
Exactly, yeah.
So great. Yeah, he's very smart. If you dare.
If you dare. Love that.
Ghosts aren't real. And the
lightning is coming through a speaker.
Yeah. So it's really not as scary as you think.
Right. My son is 8, and the last time he did Tower of Terror, he was probably 7, and I saw his soul leave his body. And he was on team quiet as a mouse. Like, he had no words.
Really?
He couldn't speak for like 10 minutes after he was rendered speechless by that ride, and we have not done it together since. But
yeah, the first time my daughter went on, she was always our like super daredevil. So as soon as she could get tall enough, she would ride anything. But her picture we still have because we bought it. It was back in the day when you actually bought them. But she was just like this. We were like, wow, like what kind of jaded little 5-year-old are you? But I think that was the same way. Like she was just so
stunned.
It was, there was, it was like processing, you know?
And I so get that. This is one ride that every time I'm buckled in, I'm like, why am I on this again? This is such a dumb way to die. Yeah.
But it's so fun.
It's such a rush.
The adrenaline rush after.
Yes.
It's the best. It's the best. That is probably the ride that it's like if you go to Hollywood Studios, you haven't been to Hollywood Studios if you don't ride it. That for me is Tower of Terror. Yeah. I love that. As always, thank you guys to all you kids who sent in your reviews. We so appreciate it. Parents, thank you for helping them do that. If you want to get on our next review, make sure you follow us on Instagram. We share on our stories when we are ready for you to. We'll let you know what ride we're going to do next. And if you have any feedback on that, leave a comment here. And you can call us anytime too and leave comments and feedback that way. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Let me just take a quick moment and tell you about our partners, Mickey Travels. Mickey Travels is a diamond level travel agency, which is the highest level that there is that Disney only gives to a small handful of agencies. So they really are one of the best. That diamond level even gives them their own phone line to Disney for direct access to help their clients. Now, if you're watching or listening to this, you probably understand that there is so much that goes into planning a vacation that's right for your family, and Mickey Travels can help with all of those details. From dining reservations to resort recommendations, booking special event tickets, to all of those magical extras like photo sessions, tours, or building a lightsaber. They book Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, even Alani in Hawaii. If Disney offers it, they can help you book it and get the best price possible. And here's the best part. Mickey Travel's top-notch service won't cost you a thing. There are very few actual free things at Disney, but unlike other agencies, they won't charge any extra planning fees. So using them is completely free to you. I use Mickey Travels personally for all of my Disney vacations, including my trip to Italy last year with Adventures by Disney and all of my Disney cruises, and it is truly so helpful. So whether you're dreaming of seeing the castle fireworks, setting sail on a Disney cruise, or even traveling the world on a guided tour, reach out to Mickey Travels and let their team help you get started today. All right, welcome back to the show. We are going to talk about summer. We are just entering the summer season, and there is a lot happening at Disney World this summer. If you're planning on visiting or you live here locally, you're planning on going to the parks this summer, let's talk about what we can expect for this year. I've got a list of everything coming. I'm going to try to be snappy here because we're getting a little long, which is pretty on brand for me. We were just saying, like, I'm
always like, this will be so short.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
an hour later,
what I wore, what I ate, the whole story.
I did
We're
my
just
whole
hanging out here. Yeah.
parking saga with the gas. Like, you guys didn't need to hear this, but here we are.
I disagree.
Anyway, but we have a lot coming, and I just want to kind of briefly go over these things so that you're aware of what's going to be coming on your radar next. So, several things. First of all, the obvious one, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Did you know we're getting a ride called Tiana's Bayou Adventure? I don't know. We probably didn't hear about it, but we are, and it is opening June 28th. So obviously that's the big one. Also in Frontierland is Country Bears. It is the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. They are redoing the theming, they're redoing the animatronics, and they're adding new music. It's going to be more of an Opry style performance, Nashville based, lots of country and classic tunes. Sounds super cute. We don't have an opening date for it. We just know summer. But once both of those are open, that area of the park could be hopping for a little bit this summer. Epcot Communicore Hall is opening. That is the last piece of that World Celebration Center in the middle. Thank goodness we're going to have no more walls, which is huge. And if you guys haven't visited that area of Epcot, especially at night, it is so nice. That is like, they did such a good job with that World Celebration Gardens area. Great place to just vibe and check out the lighting. And this new building will be just another addition, another thing that we can do in that center area. There's going to be a new festival center there. There's going to be Mickey and Minnie and their friends will have a meet and greet. They actually just released a video.
Yeah.
We'll put that up so you can kind of see, there's like their new little backdrop. Super cute.
Yeah.
Lots of things. There's going to be some food festival things happening in that building. So that's going to be really, really nice. So that's Communicore Hall.
I'm just happy that's opening because I feel like it's so hard to explain that. I'm just glad that we won't have to have like concrete things to say about it.
Yes.
That it's just like, it just sounds so random. And Communicore Hall does not roll off your tongue.
No.
And when I say it, I feel like a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's Communicore Hall.
Yeah. It's
I can't wait for it just to be a thing
like,
that doesn't need so much explanation. Because right now it needs a ton.
Yes, very true. The other thing that's going to be a part of this new building is an outdoor concert stage area. And we know the first thing that's coming to it, which is an Encanto show.
Yes.
Very exciting. So Communicore Hall, I don't think I mentioned, opens June 10th. Also on June 10th, the new Encanto show debuts. So sing along, Encanto music. I mean, do you need anything else? I don't know that you need to hear anything else.
Mirabelle and Bruno.
Mirabelle and Bruno will be there. Fabulous. We love this. That's going to be a super fun thing. That is also June 10th, and that runs through September 6th. So pretty much all summer, we'll be able to do that. Don't have show times for you yet. I'm assuming we'll get those when it debuts. Also, 1900 Park Fair is now open. I've been seeing a lot of availability in there, which makes me a little nervous. I'm like, maybe the word isn't really getting out on this new character meal. We did a review of it. If you go back a few shows, we really liked it.
Yeah.
Really liked it. So don't forget that it's there. I don't know if it's kind of just like people aren't used to it being, an option right now, but it's a fantastic character meal, breakfast and dinner. Cinderella, Mirabelle, Aladdin.
Yeah.
We loved Aladdin.
Love it.
Who am I forgetting?
Tiana.
And Tiana. Yeah. The drone show we just talked about this summer, all summer long. Animal Kingdom is celebrating the 30th anniversary of The Lion King movie, which is just crazy to me, but that's also June 10th, and that's going to run through September 6th. And that's basically some characters, snacks, merch, and the animation experience will have Lion King characters with that. Rock and Roller Coaster looks like it is going to reopen on July 27th. So according to Disney's website where they list what rides are closed, that one is not listed as closed starting on July 27th. They haven't made an official announcement yet, but that's looking like when it's going to be reopened. It's been closed for a 6-month refurb. So it's been a while. Hollywood Studios desperately needs that capacity. There's not enough rides there to begin with. So that'll be great to have that. And then also that Typhoon Lagoon after hours party that we mentioned is going on all summer. Now, one other thing I will say about summer is it's looking like, and this is only anecdotal, I don't have any data yet, but it's looking like this summer is going to be a lower crowd summer. Now, summers have been kind of dropping off over the past years. We've just seen that happening, especially later summer. So August is in particular is, pretty empty. The second half of August, super quiet with crowds. But even July is looking a lot less busy than normal. Disney is still offering a lot of hotel specials, a lot of ticket offers. So I say all this to say, if you're already planning on coming, you might be really pleasantly surprised by the lower crowds. And if you're not planning on it and you're thinking about like a last minute trip, there might still be some great discounts to be had, some availability in dining. Like a lot of really popular things are still open and available. So just to put that out there, not trying to enable anybody to make bad decisions. But, if you're like, man, I wish we planned a good summer vacation, it's not too late. Come on down and have some fun with us this summer. So it's looking like a great summer. There's a lot happening, a lot of fun stuff. Can't wait to see Tiana's and all of that brings over in that section of Magic Kingdom. And then in August, what is it when we have Disney's big convention? Is that August 8th?
I think, the 8th through the 10th or the 9th through the 11th.
Yeah, 9th through the 11th.
Okay.
Is Disney's big convention in California. We will be there. And that is when we'll find out what's next.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun. So hopefully we'll get some announcements for Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And Beyond Thunder Mountain. Animal Kingdom. We'll talk about that as we get closer. Maybe we'll do some predictions or wish lists or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we'll have some friends on the show to talk about that.
There are some professional,
they are forecasters.
Yes.
Maybe prophets. I don't know.
Love them because I'm like, oh my God, really? How do you?
Yeah.
And lo and behold.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless those people. I'm just always dumbfounded.
Never saw that coming. Yeah. So we'll do that. That'll be a fun topic for later.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap up for us. As always, we thank you for being here, whether you're listening or watching. As a reminder, we do have the video option now that you can do on Spotify or YouTube. If you have comments about this episode, again, obviously if you're watching on YouTube, leave them there. But if you're listening anywhere and you just want an easy place to go comment, go check out the YouTube channel. It's Living by Disney. Very easy to find. And we've got all the episodes there on a playlist for you. We're so glad you could be here.
This is number 10. This is our
number
10th
10
YouTube video.
Wow, look at us go.
I know.
How exciting. We couldn't do it here without you guys. We'd just be talking into the void, which let's be honest, sometimes we do.
Yeah.
But it's much better to know people are listening. So thanks as always for being here. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye. Bye.